say a few prayers for my cousin. She is now in ICU with COVID. She is now on the ventilator. She can no longer breathe on her own. She is asthmatic, and she was just getting over some weight loss skin surgery, and she's had pneumonia, so she's not doing too well. So I would really appreciate it if you guys sent some prayers out and pray for her recovery. She has her only child, and he's been home alone. I mean, he's old enough, but he had COVID, so he had to quarantine by himself while his mom has been in the hospital this week. So it's just really important that we lift our family up in prayer, and let's just pray and hope that she pulls through. There's nothing worse than dealing with the death during the holiday season, and our family has dealt with a lot of that. And she just lost her mother a year ago, my grandmother's sister. So, I'm not ready for her to go yet. We have a really small family, and, she's one of the few of us left. So I'd really appreciate it if you could send prayers, and if you can ask your friends and family to send prayers that, she'll pull through and be able to be home for Christmas, and that no hard decisions are going to have to be made, because I had to make the decision with my grandmother a year ago with COVID and her being on the vent and not having any changes for a week. So I decided to let her go. So I really hope our family doesn't have to rally and kind of make those type of decisions, because it's very draining. It's very hard to make decisions on your loved one's life when they've never told you what they want to do if something like this were to happen. Unfortunately, she is not vaccinated, so she did get hit pretty hard, and being, immunocompromised with asthma and such. And she already has had trouble breathing before, because she had pneumonia before. So, it's really touch and go right now. I didn't get any news today. But as of yesterday, she is on the ventilator. The last resort they said they could do is put in a trach, and her son has said that she does not want that. So just pushing the oxygen through her with the ventilator is as far as medical attention she's going to get at this point. There's basically nothing else they can do but sit and wait for improvement or non-improvement. She's about, I want to say she's maybe 10 years older than me. And she is in a very good hospital in Columbus, because that's where they live, in Columbus, Ohio. So I just want to put that out there and put that in my video that, despite we are going on vacation as a family, we are dealing with a family member who's very ill with COVID, and it's not guaranteed what's going to happen, that she's going to pull through. And, it'd be horrible if she doesn't. There's nothing we can do about it. All I can say is, please, you guys, please think about getting vaccinations. It's not a cure. It's not an end-all, be-all. But it could keep you out of the hospital if you were to get COVID. And be protecting people like her, people like me with immunocompromised, immunosuppressant, immune system issues. You protect people like she and I was apprehensive about the vaccine. I didn't know how my body would react, or if my white blood cells would go crazy and start attacking, other parts of my body. But thank God it didn't. And not that I have been around them or anything, because obviously we can't see her or anything unless, it's to say goodbye. Like, if she's just not gonna make a recovery. But just honestly, I seriously hope and pray that you guys are thinking about this vaccine and thinking about people around you and people who you don't know it could affect by your decision to not get it. It is your free will. You can do whatever you want with your body, and nobody should have to tell you what to do. And I totally get that. I get the freedom of choice. But it could be life-saving for someone that has an invisible illness like myself, that you don't know that my immune system sucks and I'm on 15 different medications and I get chemotherapy, and I need people to be protected so that I'm protected and I make sure that I'm protected. Let me tell you something. He was 12, but now he's 13. My 12-year-old son, when they said that they could start vaccinating, he asked me, as a 12-year-old boy, if I could take him to go get it. He said, because Mom, I know I'm in school now and I'm around a lot of germy people and kids and people who are not very hygienic, middle school, 8th grade. And I want to keep you safe. I've seen how bad you can be in the hospital and how sick you can be. He's witnessed tubes out my nose and throughout my arms and, coming out of all areas of my body. And he asked me at 12 if he could get a vaccination. A 12-year-old. So think about it. He wasn't thinking about himself. He was thinking about keeping his mother out of the hospital from potentially dying from this pandemic and this deadly disease. No one said it was going to cure. No one said it's going to be the magic pill, the magic shot, that you're just not guaranteed, that you're guaranteed that you're not going to get COVID. Nobody is saying that. But you have a better chance of being able to fight at home and recover and have a better chance to being stuck in a hospital, hooked up to machines, and leaving your family to make hard decisions to cut you off or continue. So just think about that when you're thinking about vaccine and your rights and your freedom and not being able to do what you want to do. I understand. I do. I really do understand the logic. I really do understand that it is a choice. But if you're not going to do it for you, do it for the people around you. Do it for people that you don't know that are sick. People that are fighting for their lives. Do it for them. Just get it. Just get it. Because you don't want to have your family make the decision that I had to make of taking my grandmother off of that ventilator because there was nothing else they could do. And it was traumatizing. This isn't a joke. This isn't a game. This isn't some everlasting flu. It's real. I've been on an ICU COVID ward. I saw it. I saw all of it. I saw families that were yelling, screaming, and crying as their family member was getting turned off. Just like my grandmother was getting turned off from the machine that was breathing for her. Don't put your family through that. Don't do it. And if you choose not to, wear your mask. Do some Purell. Make sure that you're wiping things down and that you're sanitizing yourself and sanitizing things around you. Just as an extra precaution, please. Please do this because we have lost over 700,000 people And now this will be the second person in my family to be on a vent. And it's scary. I'm scared to lose her. And I could only hope if my 12-year-old can make that decision about helping keep his mom safe, because she has autoimmune disease. She has Crohn's disease. She gets chemo monthly. She's on immunosuppressant drugs. That he wanted to do, the only thing he could do and keep control of was to get the vaccine so that he doesn't pass it to me, or that he passes it. If he does bring it home, it won't be as bad for him or for me. And I was hesitant on the vaccine as well. You guys, I had the same questions. I had the same hesitancy. And then I told myself I would rather be in a flare than be on life support. I'll take the chance of my body overreacting or having a reaction or not feeling good for a little while, you know? I had to have vaccinations to get into the medical field. I had to have all kinds of shots. My son's gotten all his vaccines as a child. You know, I've had to get pneumonia and tetanus and all kinds of stuff in order to start my biologics. So it's just another one for me. And you know what? I think I might try to get me a booster as well. Because why not? I'm going to Cancun. I want to be safe for the people on the plane. I want to be safe for the crew and for the staff at the resort and the other patrons. I want to be safe. So I urge you, please think about others. All right. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to bed. Be kind. So I wanted to say I was doing a Facebook Live, and I ended up doing my makeup, so that's why my face looks the way it does.